Hello everyone, it's Irene here. As you all know, right now is the month of February. Not only is it the month of love, but it is also Low Vision Awareness Month. And I just wanted to come and make a video for you guys, just completely dissecting, talking about in detail about me. And if you do not already know, I am visually impaired. And this is pretty much a video about, I'm going to tell you my backstory, how I got the diagnosis. Spilling the beans, y'all. I'm spilling all the beans today. There's gonna be beans everywhere. So, without further ado, I will start with my first point. Let's go. Point number 1. Backstory. Time for me to set the stage.
I'm sorry, but I just noticed as I was editing this video that I have lipstick on my teeth. So if you could just ignore it, it'll disappear in just a few seconds. Thanks
for y'all. So I have been wearing glasses ever since I was a teeny tiny little blonde tot. And I've also been going to eye physicians ever since I was just a little child. I would go and they do the standard like the E chart with the big E at the top, and then it just goes smaller, smaller, smaller. And I would do the test and they give me my glasses because apparently I was nearsighted. Yeah, apparently I'm nearsighted. I remember my mom would ask me, Mary Brooke, how are you gonna need glasses? Back then I went by Mary Brooke, now I go by Irena. But I would also get really flustered and frustrated because I could tell that there was something off about them. There was just something not quite right with them, and I just couldn't put my finger on it as what it was. And even with my new glasses, I was still sitting like 2 feet from the TV. My mom would be like, why are you sitting 2 feet from the TV? You have your glasses on, move back. And I'd be like, yeah, but I don't know. I just didn't know how to tell her because I was just a kid. I mean, I didn't know, and I've lived this pretty much my whole life. Anyway, years passed. This was in my freshman year of high school. So like 9th grade, freshman year. He changed to a new eye physician, and I go in for my test, and my eye physician, bless her heart, she's the greatest woman on earth, who is not my family. I go in for the test. Little point here, with normal eyes, like 20/30, 20/40, whatever your thing is, if you have like bad vision, but then you put glasses or contacts on, your eyes get corrected to 20/20. So I was doing the test, and she was like telling me to read the chart and stuff, and she kept changing like the little dials and stuff on the thing you put over your face, and she was like, that's weird. I can't get you to 20/20. I should be able to correct you with like the prescriptions and stuff. And she was getting to some pretty strong prescriptions, like really strong. And she was like, this is really weird. And she tried a few more tests, and then at the end she was like, okay, so I want you guys to go see a specialist because I have a feeling there's something more going on here than what we're seeing. So we went to Invery Eye clinic in Atlanta. We did a whole lot of tests, like a buttload of tests. Some were easier than others. Like I remember one of them was, at first it was fun, but then it was just kind of boring. It dragged on and on and on and on. Anyway, so they did all of these tests. We got the diagnosis, and they were like, okay, so you have a genetic eye disorder called retinal macular dystrophy. And pretty much what that means, they explained it to us as if like the center part of your vision, where it controls mostly the clarity and detail of things, like how clear things are and like how like non-blurry things are, and like little details and things like reading books and reading signs and stuff like that, like little details that you usually don't think about. That is what is in your center vision, and mine does not work. Mine, zip, zero, nada, not happening, no. They also diagnosed me with focusing accommodation dysfunction. Whew, that's a mouthful. And pretty much what that means is that with normal eyes, you look at something far away and then something up close, or vice versa, it automatically just comes into focus. Mine, surprise, surprise, don't do that. Mine, the best analogy I can come up with is that when you're trying to aim a camera at something and the object is just not wanting to focus, that's kind of what my eyes do. That brings me to another point. Way I see. So, in a roughly loose description of the way I see, is that, like I said, the retinal macular dystrophy controls my clarity and detail. So something that the number one thing that I usually tell people that I cannot see is facial features. I cannot see facial features. And at least until you're 2 feet away, at least. And even if you're 2 feet away, I still might have trouble focusing on your face. If I'm looking at you from 2 feet away, I may be able to see your face and tell that you have a face. The focusing, sometimes I can see your eyes, but then they're gone. And if they're any further away, there's just no face. I know that probably sounds a little scary, but that's the way I see it. Okay, so things you can do to make our life a little easier, because there are so many things that happen in a visually impaired person's life every day. One thing that you can do, and this is very important, at least to me, because one main thing that I told you that I cannot see is facial features. So if you see me in a store and you like say hey and wave your hand at me, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. You could be a stranger for all I know, because I cannot tell you how many times I've seen someone waving and I wave back thinking they're waving at me, but they're not. They weren't waving at me, they were waving at someone else. But how was I supposed to know, because I couldn't see them? So, something you can do to help me not get in those situations if you see me out in public is that you say hi and you state your name. State your name, please. Because this will help me so much, because it'll help me not be in embarrassing situations like I just mentioned. And 2, it will just help me identify you and know who you are. Say like, hey, it's John, or Katie, or whoever. And I might even recognize your voice, and that's another reason you need to speak, is because I might recognize your voice. That will help me so much. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned a lot from it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful February. Bye!